Howdy. Welcome back to more Space Engineers. And first, we're going to do a quick recap of what I've been doing since I've been sitting here waiting for the hydrogen to refill. Let's switch the camera around. And while we're waiting to head out this door here, if you wouldn't mind going down and hitting that like and subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, when this door opens, I'll get to showing you. Alright, so I've built a little room down here off of the side of the hydrogen tanks, and I've added some algae farms to it, because what better thing to do than mine up some make some algae while you're waiting for your tanks to fill with hydrogen. So we've got one inside, we can see that working. All we're running into is we ran out of stone. And I've been seeing a whole lot of little red markers showing up. So I think it's time we start building some defenses. So that brings me to the plan for today. We're going to go back here and we are going to build a stone mine, or a stone node, using one of these resource node static drills. Probably somewhere around back here. And it's just going to be conveyored up to it. So, let me grab some resources and we'll get started. It's almost bad. Almost flew into that too fast. All right. So right now, I think it's on, yeah, R2 is already set up. I want the flexibility of having all the sides of this conveyor system set up as being mountable for mounting more blocks onto this system. So we're going to use the reinforced tubes here. And there's actually good reason for this, which we'll get into in a little bit. I'm going to do something a little bit different, because I want to, oh my gosh, I want to be able to place a block in the right way. That's what I want to do. There we go. We actually need to come back quite a ways, so I'm just going to keep bringing that up. And we need to come back quite a ways here. All right. Gonna have to come back a little bit more still. All right, that ought to be good enough. All right, we'll just put that right there, and we'll add a resource node here. Actually, I think we'll just add a couple, or one more straight in the spot. Now we'll add a resource node. Let's see, we want this to be that way and that way. Put that there. Need to add that block in that spot so that we can actually have this in the proper orientation. And have the port line up. If I did that right, it should line up. Up here and throw that in there. Just grab a bunch of plates because this is going to take a lot of plates. I really just want to see where it's sitting right now, and I can't see that until I get this built up a little bit. Alright, that seems to be set in there properly. Alright, I think I'm going to actually undock the Shuttle Prime and let Bob do the welding for me back there. Let's dump our inventory in there. And I will be back once all of this is welded up. So it's finished building everything. And we got everything we need here. I did come back and I added in a refinery so that when that's running, it can also refine the ore. And I cleared out this segment here so we could add a sorting system. Oh, let me turn my light on. That's really loud. I do need to make a couple of quick changes here.
Inventory full.
Yes, I know the inventory's full. Let's go ahead and we'll dump some of our inventory. Just come up over here. And we'll just go ahead and we'll pull out 50 of those. 50 of those, that should be enough to work with for now. Now, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to have... I ran a little bit of stone through here because I wanted to make sure that I get the right number. And we need 4 containers. We're going to do a sorting system that will only allow the correct ore to go into each one. Now, that one is going to be for the stone, and it's going to be a large container. Everything else is just going to be small. We're going to put one here.
Inventory
3.
full.
Gotta dump the scrap. I still have too much stuff in my inventory, apparently. Okay. Let's just go ahead and we'll throw this in here. Go large. Okay. Now we're going to have 3 sorters here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 4th one. All right. Nope, I'm on the wrong. We need a T-junction here. 1, 2, 3. All right. And on each of these, we need a sorter. And each of these, we're going to need a connector. Do I have a connector here? I don't think I do. All right. Okay, and let's see. Connector, connector. 3. Connector, connector, sorter. Alright, so we're going to need to put another T section here. Alright, put a T section there. Two, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. All right. Right here, we're going to actually have a T-junction because this is going to be the stone, and I want this to... I want the stone to come off out to the outside, be a large container. Everything else is going to be a small container. Actually, I'm going to have to do something a little different there because I don't want them all to be tied together. So let's get rid of this real quick. Go back to here. We'll put a there we go. And right here we will put a container. And right here we'll put another T-junction. Like so, with a container here. I don't want the containers tied together, that's why I'm doing this way. I want each of these containers to be their own storage. And this one down here is going to be a large container. Like so. Okay. I think I might have these sorters on backwards. And actually, I need a double sorter system here. So let's go ahead and we'll get rid of all these. I need a double sorter system because I needed to allow for items to be pulled out and pushed back into these containers. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll add a few more spacer blocks here. Just to make sure everything stays tied together. Keep the grids nice and solid. Alright. This one has a sorter on it. Probably could have just... oh well. That's alright. Just means we're going to have to use some conveyor systems here. And throw in some connectors here. Oh. Let's go take care of that. That was a mistake. Yeah, the biggest problem with this jetpack mod is that it just doesn't seem to work the way you would think you want it to. And actually, I think I might have this wrong. Right here, I actually need T-junctions. I need to come off to the side. And right here, I need some C's. Like so. All right. And right here. Okay, let's see if I can get this placed properly. I want, yeah, just like so. Coming out. And that will go to the base. Coming back in. Perfect. And each of these will get a connector on it. Actually, these ones can stay just tubes. I don't mind it. No, I want them to be connectors.
Energy low. Inventory full.
Oh, that's a bummer. Running on borrowed time here. Alright. And again, a T. And the reason we're doing this is, oh, there's a bag there. We want this to constantly have all of the ores stored in these containers and not fill up the everything over here. So we're going to set up a timer that will connect all of these and disconnect all of these, and then flip back and connect all of these and disconnect all of these, so we can't accidentally just fill all of the inventory over there. And all of these sorters will be set to pull inventory back into these containers here. I hope that makes sense. Basically, it's just going to be to make sure that all of the inventory is constantly pulled back into these containers. Alright. I think that's all set up now. I can come in and change this a little bit down here, because I need access to these sorters here. So we're going to place blocks here and grind those ones out.
Energy critical.
Yes, I know my energy is critical. Go empty my inventory real quick. Okay, I'm gonna have to get some more power before I grind those out. Just gonna get rid of all of these here, because I don't think, no. Actually, no, I need that one to stay. We'll leave that one. All right, we got all our sorters there. We've got our connectors. Got all the conveyor systems set up properly. This should sort everything out, keep it separate, and force all of these storage back into these containers. All right. So I'm going to switch Bob back on, and we're going to let Bob weld this up. We'll be right back after Bob's welded everything up. All right, so everything is built. Now we're going to come over here and we are going to look at... well, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Okay, we're going to tear those down. And once I get those built in there properly, then we'll come back and look at this. All right. So what we've got here, and you should be able to see it from the top. These. Yeah. All right. So these ones will sort out. I believe this one is nickel. So it will sort out nickel, and we're going to set it to drain all. Or not drain all. We're going to set this one to drain all. So we want this to be collect all. On. And we want this one over here to be collect all turned on. And we want that basic layout all the way across all of these. So this will be set to pull out only nickel. Did I not? I didn't get the placement right. I'm going to actually have to go into the control panel. This is going to be whitelist. Let's see. All of these ones here with the... those are all going to be set for whitelist. And set with the perspective material here that you're seeing. So this will be whitelist, gravel. Alright, I'm going to set all of these and we'll be back. Alright, we're back. I've got this all set up. So, this sorter here is set to drain all of the nickel ingots. This one here is set to only allow nickel ingots through. This one is set to drain all of the nickel ingots. And it's the same setup all the way through. And we've got 3 timer blocks there. We're going to have it first connect here. And it will push all of the nickel ingots into the nickel container there. And there's another container over here. This one is the silicon. That one is the iron. And that one is the gravel. Because gravel fills up faster than everything else. So it's huge. So what we're going to do is first timer block is going to connect all of these. And yeah, it's going to switch these locks on, which will force all of the components or all of the ingots into here.
Low.
Next one is going to disconnect all of those, connect all of those, which will allow anything that needs to happen over here to happen. So if it needs to pull gravel out, it'll be able to pull gravel out. And then the next timer block will disconnect these, connect these, which will then pull all of the resources not currently being used into the sorted storage here. And then back to this first one, which will disconnect these, then connect these. So, I need to go through and I need to name each of these, group them all together, which is going to take a little bit. So, I'll be back once I've got that sorted out. I'm back. I've got all of this set up, and we're going to go through this real quick. This is timer block A. We've got it set for 10 seconds. And what it's going to do is it's going to disconnect C, connect the A, and start B. And we want this to last for 10 seconds. That's correct. This is timer block B. This one is going to disconnect the A. That's the blocks over towards the refinery. Connect the connectors in B. And that's going to be the ones that allow material to be taken to the base. And it's going to start timer block C. Timer block C, we're going to change this to we want this to run probably once every 10 minutes. Which I believe, shouldn't that be 500? Okay, well 600. It's 10 minutes. And that one will disconnect B, connect C, which allows for the sorting system to pull all of the material back into their containers. And then it will launch A, which then cycles through. So, let's set all of these to silent, because I don't want to hear them. I didn't mean to hit setup actions. Let's go ahead and we'll hit start. Okay, we're going to go up top so we can see which one's doing what. There's nothing connected.
Energy low.
Timer block A. Start. Okay, that's running. That should do timer block B, which should do a connection over there. Okay, it did the connection, which should pull all the resources out of the refinery. It switched those connections there. Good, those are ready to connect again. That one should last for 10 more seconds, and it switched. Well, that's perfect. Now we just got to change this one to 10 minutes, and it will be working. All right, let's make sure. Come on. Did I switch the wrong one to 10 minutes?
Energy critical.
I think I switched the wrong one. No, I switched the right one to 10 minutes. That green, that one, we want it to stay green for a while. We'll run back into this little bitty base here. And we will just sit on this couch here until we get our energy back. Shouldn't take too long. Alright, so this should mean that all of the algae stuff, which requires I thought these required gravel. That was originally the whole reason why we did this. So I need organics. Okay, we need to make ourselves some organics. That'll make us the organics we need. All right. So that works out well, I think. I'm rather happy with that. And that will allow us to go ahead and just pull resources out of here. Because the only thing we're going to have blacklisted over here is ice. Blacklist ice. Good. That means we should be able to pull everything out through here and use whatever we need. Alright, good deal. We got ourselves a nice little sorting system. We got all the gravel we need. We got all of the iron, silicon, and nickel we need. This ought to work out nice. Now we just got to turn this on so that we actually have those materials. Let's come over here and we're just going to use build vision here. Okay. And now we're seeing all of that run. And those should each be getting pulled into their respective inventories here. Okay, I'm gonna have to come down here and we'll just go like this. Alright, yeah, the connectors are holding all the inventory. That's perfect. That's what we want to see. It should be pushing all that material over into the connectors here. So, instead of doing that, we're going to do connector A. One. A2, A3, A4. Perfect. Those are building up the resources where we want them. When this switches over, it should then be allowed to go through to the to the storage unit. Alright, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think that'll be perfect. Alright. So, nice little storage and sorting system there. And I know sorters seem like kind of a waste. It's usually easier to do a script to sort all the materials out. But there's actually a reason I did that. We're going to wind up having so much stone and gravel that builds up. If I just relied on a script, I'd wind up filling up every single container that ever connected to this base with nothing but the resources mined from that stone mine. So I did not want that. As a matter of fact, that is my only fear with these machines. The algae farms might actually fill up with ice so much that we won't be able to use them. So I may have to change those in the future too. That's why the sorting system, to make sure that we can't actually overload the rest of the base. It's more of a filter than a sorter. So, anyways, I think that's probably going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Until next week, see ya.